Hey there, Blue Rockers. Welcome to Blue Rock Talk with Connie Willis. Connie Willis here on a Crypto Connie Tuesday. Yep, I'm Crypto Connie, not cryptid. However, those of you that are watching for the first time, thank you for being a subscriber. You are now called a Blue Rocker. A Blue Rocker is someone in the know, and you learn how to do this. And I know there's a lot of new ones out there because I've done a little Bigfoot documentary that's been doing quite well called Bigfoot in the Rockies. Myself and Sasquatch Journey went to their hotspot in the Rockies, and in less than 7 hours we saw more glyphs, structures. I'm telling you, it was amazing, as well as 3 sets of gigantic, huge footprints in the snow. A lot of fun. Check it out. I do have the link below so you can take a look at it. I think you'll enjoy it. Turn up the music, and it's kind of an experience, so I hope you do enjoy it. So this is Crypto Connie Tuesday. This is where we talk about, with Stan Larimer, the godfather of BitShares. We put cryptocurrency into layman's terms, and we learn more about the BitShares Dynasty and what's going on there. Some of the other shows, for those of you new, we have some really cool stuff coming up. A brand new show tomorrow night on Swellness Wednesday. I know you've always heard of Wasted Wednesdays, the serious look at the cannabis industry, but they're going to alternate on Wednesdays, and that's coming. This is Swellness Wednesday. I feel swell. Everybody else did Wellness Wednesday, so I had to play with it, and I don't know, leave it to Beaver. Beaver popped into my head for whatever reason, and it was swell. I feel swell. So it's Swellness Wednesdays, and we'll be talking with Essential Health. She's going to be talking about the hormone, balancing your hormones and weight loss and some other things like that. Feeling better, basically. And she's already got me doing that. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. We'll tell you more about that tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Also, Far Out Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern. We have Lori Williams coming up on Thursday night. You know her as the remote viewer. Well, she also lives in what is called an Earth ship. Yep, she lives in an Earth ship. So she's going to tell you all about that on Thursday night. Friday, I won't be doing a Bigfoot Friday because I'll be on Coast to Coast that night. And I am going to be talking to Jim Penniston of Rendlesham. His new book is not even out yet. He's going to tell his side, things that have never been told before. And he is a big Blue Rocker fan, by the way. He's also a Blue Rocker. Looking forward to that on Coast to Coast Friday night. And then on Sunday, it's Stan's Bible lecture. That's 2 p.m. Eastern. And I'm ready at one point to bring in somebody to debate with him. I think that'll be fun. We'll do that when he gets more energy. That'll be a good time. But he allows you to, fight back with him and argue. He likes that. He'll take you on at any time. So that's what Blue Rock Talk is all about. Earth's most interesting conversations, people, places, and things. And let's go ahead and get started tonight. By the way, I want to show you, we've got Blue Rocker hoodies and mugs. No hats yet. I'm sorry. I know those of you out there, you want to hide your heads for whatever reason or hide your hair. That's okay. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. The links are down below. And also, if you want to help out with Blue Rock Talk, there's the links for Patreon. And you can see all the little logos that we have for all our little shows right there. See the BitShares one? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. So we're going to bring on our man here. Let's see. Let me get me back on here, and then I'm going to just bring on Stan with me. Hold on here. Let me bring on Stan. I hope that you guys do help out Blue Rock. It's always nice. Keep it going. All right, here we go. Here we go. Yay! There he is. Stan the man. He's saving his energy up for the show tonight. How you doing, Stan?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I do get a little low on energy this time of night, so we may have to pre-record these in the other time frames. But I'm here tonight anyway, for better or for worse.
We won't wear you out. And in the future, what he's talking about is what we'll do is, it's called a premiere on YouTube. So he and I may have taped it earlier, but it'll air live, and we will both be in the live chat, so you can talk to Stan right there during the show of the live chat. So that way Stan can get some rest, because he likes to go to bed early, and he has nothing else to do since the Steelers are no longer in the running.
Ah,
Are my boys in the running? I don't even know.
nope, you've lost Dallas a long time ago,
Well, not
and
before Steelers, though.
not before Steelers, but the Steelers flamed out real good this year. That's all I can say.
Well, who's in the running, just so I'll know?
You got the Patriots playing the Rams, I think.
And who's going to win?
I'm betting on the Patriots. They usually do.
You betting on them with crypto?
Nope, I'm not betting on them with anything other than right here, opinionating and opining.
A dinner or Twinkie or something like that. Okay. All right. So, everybody, if you do have questions, put them in all caps. We'll get it into him if you get it in time while he's doing his stuff so he can go and take a rest. As you know, he's suffered a while back and he went 20,000 leagues under the sea. And he got the bends coming back on the way up. I don't know. That sounds like a kind of a cooler story, doesn't it, Stan?
Yeah, I guess we could fit that in there somewhere. I was definitely out there dealing with marine life in my dreams, but
Well, we are glad you are back, and we are ready to hear about. Now, we've been talking about BEOS, and what he's going to talk about us tonight is apps. BEOS applications, which is really cool. I'm excited about this. However, just an update, Stan. How is it going with the launch? When do you expect that? I know Dan had said, the other Dan, that's the name I didn't bring up to him last week because he's known as the other Dan. So the other Dan, Notestein, had said that the technical part was ready, but you guys were waiting for some paperwork to be done and some legalization, right? Of some sort.
Yep. That's the entire activity right now is getting the necessary nonprofit organization set up to issue the currency so that it can do it in a legal way in America.
So what about if it works anywhere else? Will it work anywhere else?
Oh yeah, it'll work everywhere else too. But you got to get past the American SEC if you want to deal with making it available to Americans. And so we've discovered a good way to do that is by issuing it through a nonprofit organization. So that means setting up the necessary legal documents to be able to issue something without needing to register it as a security.
Wow, are they gonna like that you're doing that? I mean, if it's a way around it, you're gonna do it. But are they gonna be mad at you for doing that and try to figure out a way to not let you do that? You think?
No, I think that's something that they have accepted. It's part of the American law
Okay.
that has explicitly cut out exemptions for nonprofit organizations to issue securities. So it will be a security, but it will not be registered in the traditional sense.
Okay.
And therefore, it will be a lot easier to get taken and put out into circulation.
And can you tell us what a security is?
Well, securities are things that I guess if you're going to apply the Howey test to them, which is a way of talking about securities, that if you have a
securities.
Yeah, if you have a something that is involving the investment of money with the intention of obtaining a profit, which depends on the efforts of a single central organization, then you've got a security, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to let you tell us about the before you do. So we're waiting for all that to happen, but you're feeling pretty good. It's not going to be in like 3 months, right? It's going to be maybe weeks away or maybe...
Yeah, I think it's probably 2 or 3 weeks away still.
Okay, all right. And then you'll have to go over once again how the rainfall happens. Rainfall.
Yeah, we'll have a whole special session on that.
Excellent. Okay, well, tell us about these applications that you got going on. This is exciting.
Yeah, well, you've got this new space-based blockchain that will be sitting there as a middle chain between BitShares and the EOS universe, allowing us to transfer tokens back and forth between those universes and give smart contracts to BitShares for different applications. And what we're going to be building on top of that is several different applications. I guess I'll just jump into the first one, which would be Ruon. Now, Ruon is basically a cell phone app that does everything. It's sort of like a Swiss Army knife, designed specifically for running on the BEOS network. And it does social media where you can upload things with and earn money for posting, sort of like STEEM does. It's got a multi-chain wallet allowing you to access a lot of different cryptocurrencies and right there on your phone. It's designed to be sort of the Instagram of business apps, which basically allows businesses to globally connect with their customers in lots of interesting and exciting ways. And it's got a marketplace built into it like eBay, Craigslist, Amazon. So all of these different features are being put together and will be offered in an ICO coming up in the near future. So you should be able to go to Ruon, Ruon.io, and look and see what that's all about. But that will give us a nice anchor app that I think will bring in a lot of new users.
Excellent, excellent. Quick question before you move on so that I can pull it all together for you. If someone has Bitcoin, EOS, XRP, and a little BitShare all on BitShares, do we move all of it?
No. The only thing you have to move in order to get rainfall is your actual BitShares or your brownie points if you have some of them. That's a small group of people who were contributors to helping do things to build BitShares when it first came out.
Man, I wish I had one of those. That's like special.
Yeah, it's special, and it was awarded directly from Dan Larimer to people he appreciated.
How many did he give Dad?
He gave me a nice little slug.
Did he? You know it's transparent, right? I can go in there and look.
You can go look, that's right.
He better take care of Daddy. Excellent. Well, good for you. So that was Ruon. That sounds like, golly, sounds like a lot of work too, technically.
It's a pretty big application with the intention to be everything anyone could ever want. Wow. So and all integrated on the blockchain using digital currencies. So
I love it.
We'll see.
I love it. Hey, come on, man, you can do it. You're the one. Okay, so what was after Ruon was?
Well, the next one I'd like to talk about is Autonio.
Autonio.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Well, Autonio, NIO, which I don't remember what it stands for, but if you go to auton.io, you get to that website.
Okay.
And this is a really impressive piece of work. It's an application that you can download and do automated trading on a whole bunch of exchanges. It's on Binance and Bitfinex and Bittrex and Bitstamp and BitShares and CryptoBridge and EasyDex and EtherDex and GDex and Kraken and Bitstamp and Quadruga CX. So they've got a lot of different places where you can go trade different pairs using their automated trading tools. And those tools are quite sophisticated. And if you've got a little chart that I gave you want to put up right now, we can look at that. This is the one of the main apps, and you can look at it and see that it shows this is back testing against data from any period of time on any exchange, testing how well a given algorithm works. You can set up all kinds of parameters that are probably too hard to read on this screen, but the two that are selected right there are relative strength index and stochastic oscillator as two indicators that you can mix and match in order to produce your own custom algorithm for doing trading and deciding when to buy and when to sell. And you see the little arrows on that wiggly chart up above. That's when it bought and sold respectively. so that you can test out a given algorithm, customize it any which way you like, and then probably the most interesting thing is you can sell that algorithm to other people. Basically they will list anything that does at least a 10% gain over an average period of time. And so that is something that I think will give people access to real high-powered trading algorithms and the ability to market their own if they've come up with a successful formula.
Well, it sounded like one of those words, you listed out a whole bunch of words. One sounded like Cheetos. Is that maybe because I'm on a diet and I just heard Cheetos?
Don't remember saying the word Cheetos.
It was close to Cheetos. It sounded like yum, yum, yum. Sounded good. What is, I got a couple more questions about this. I have unknown brownie points on Open Ledger. Is that brownie points?
Brownie.pts is
Yes.
the name of the item, yes.
Yeah.
So if you've gone there and bought some up, they'll be good. They'll be equally valuable as BitShares in terms of receiving rainfall.
Man, that's so cool. Or you can, support Blue Rock Talk with a brownie point. I don't know. I just think that's cool. I want one of those, just because it's so nostalgic for you guys.
Okay, well, maybe I'll send you a brownie point.
You send me a brownie point? Okay. Okay. All right. So that's, okay, so we talked about Ruon. We talked about Autonio, all these names. Now, I know that's not a four-letter one. That was getting a little
But
longer.
they've got plans to build more and more features on top of BitShares that use the BitShares interface. So I think it's going to benefit BitShares significantly. And then we'll be able to connect it with the BEOS chain or any smart contract type functionality that you might want to do, including applying trading algorithms in space where they can execute with impunity in the space jurisdiction.
That's so cool. That's just so cool. So, you are the godfather of BitShares. Will you soon be the bad daddy of BEOS?
Ooh, I like that.
I do too. I like that too.
Okay. All right. I'll accept that moniker.
Okay. Well, and as being over the BitShares Dynasty, are you going to be kind of moving away from the BitShare blockchain to just really be with BEOS, or are you going to kind of do it all?
No. BitShares is my prime thing that I want to support and grow. And the purpose of BEOS is to make BitShares more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Oh, okay.
And, so we will be giving the ability for BitShares to create its assets. And remember, BitShares is much more efficient than you're going to see things running in smart contract form. So for doing high efficiency trading, I think BitShares will always be there as the preferred place to do things, even if we're going to be trading representations of tokens that are sitting on the BEOS network and from there transportable to other EOS networks.
Well, is STEEM still going to be around since there's the rumors of a STEEM 2?
Well, I would not want to bet against Dan if he's going to release a STEEM 2. But as far as what that implies for the original STEEM, I will not go there.
Oh, man, come on. I won't tell anybody. Just go ahead. It's just me. Okay. Well, that's interesting to me because I think I have an idea. Why. Okay, I think you talked about that last time. It's kind of more of kind of flushing others out and setting a higher standard, nicer standard kind of thing.
Yeah, we'd like to get rid of some antisocial people who downvote people with their massive shares that they've accumulated.
Oh, man. Those people have done very well. Okay. Well, before you go on to the next one, everything is so low. Everything is so low. Will it be going up? Will all this crypto go up?
I think it will. Obviously, there's lots of forces pushing and pulling on our industry right now. But I think when we see the flight to safety that I predicted last year and will still happen this year, I'm sure, you're going to see people moving out of the dollar and into gold, silver, and crypto. And when they move into crypto, it'll take Bitcoin up, and that'll bring the rest of us up too. And then we'll be there with our new space-based blockchain, which I think will draw a lot of interesting attention.
Man, maybe I'll get to throw my coin out there at that point when it's really at the get-go from space. That'd be perfect, the one I got, right? You remember the one that I have, the name?
No, I don't.
It was like, I don't want to give it away. I want to hold on to it.
Okay, I remember now.
The
okay.
other planet? Yeah, right. Okay. Right? It was a word from another planet. I couldn't believe it. You guys, at one point, Blue Rockers, just so you'll know, crypto Blue Rockers out there, at one point, I knew that, I'm going to get a coin, and I'm going to call it, I knew the word that I wanted to resemble it, because I couldn't do Blue Rockers or anything. That's too many letters, right, and too much money. So it was a 4-letter one, and I thought, this is great, and I don't need to be too concerned. I don't know that anybody's going to kind of pick that one up. And then one of the shows, Leave It to Stan, he's got it written up in a description and something else too, has me putting it up on a slide, and I'm like, no, don't say it out loud, don't say it out loud. Who would have else known that word but you, Stan? Jeez. Okay. Do you remember that when that happened?
Yeah, I remember that.
That was hilarious. You were like, what? I'm like, no, that's what I want is a coin. Oh. So one day people will know. I hope they can do it out of space. Before you go on to the next thing, what is GDP on BitShares? That ring a bell?
Gross domestic product? I don't know.
We can have fun with that.
Yep.
We can keep going on with that one. So, okay, you don't know.
No idea.
Okay. Go WHALESHARES. Somebody, Pat Con Electric said, and he said that he might pass me on a brownie point. That sounds cool.
Excellent.
Miss Kaz Fan says, be sure BEOS is now close to moon, literally. Oh, because I guess you're going to do from space. We got to get the Muppets on that one. I got to find that for us. And I guess people like the Big Daddy BEOS sounds good. I was saying Bad Daddy. I guess that's more of a Southern term, huh? Bad Daddy?
Yeah, I'll go with Bad Daddy or Big Daddy. Big Daddy's probably a little better.
I don't know. I think Bad Daddy's better than Big Daddy. Big Daddy sounds like you're doing some weird stuff. I don't know. All right, so now we've got Ruon, and we talked about Autonio, and what's Biquitous? I cannot even say that.
Biquitous, like ubiquitous. It's everywhere.
Biquitous. Is that what that means? Biquitous?
Yep.
Everywhere.
And that's a major new project for 3D printing. And so what we're talking about is putting the ability to print anything off the blockchain. So the blockchain will contain instructions for how to make anything that you want to make, and then we'll have that ability for that to be to take the intellectual property rights or whatever for that and compute how much people get paid for using their design as a function of how much of the given product they contributed to. So this is going to put out there a capability with 3D printers, which will have the newest machines, high quality materials, and a massive library of blueprints that are basically digital instructions for how to print anything that you could imagine. And some of the newest machines are able to use all kinds of different materials mixed together. We can print things that are partly plastic and partly metal that include built right into them RFID tags that can label what they are.
Wow.
And so that's a something that will be used on the blockchain, and people can do two-way type of operations. They can, for example, in the middle of Africa, they can print a special part that's would be too hard to ship into Africa. They can just print it right there as a replacement part for some machine that they have.
Wow.
And they can
Wow.
design products and make them available to sell them to the world. So we're talking about a way to stimulate the economies of all kinds of places in the world where people haven't had the ability to hold a job that would be producing high quality technical content that people would want to pay for.
That whole 3D thing is just amazing to me. I mean, when I first heard about it, I was like, no, that sounds like something, out of the Jetsons or something. and originally it was one solid piece, right? And then I guess someone thought, well, we'll do a piece, and we'll put those pieces together. I mean, it's just amazing. It seems so simple, though, once you hear about it and learn a little bit more about it. You're like, but of course, yeah, you produce that, and you can put it together, and you can make things from this. But to actually see it happen, and I guess not long ago, that was kind of out of this world to us. I just find it amazing.
There's really interesting machines that can, print with concrete, if you can imagine that.
No way.
There's a big boom that sits in the middle of a workspace and spins around, spraying concrete down, building up an igloo, and all the walls and everything inside the thing, so that you produce an entire home in 24 hours with concrete.
Wow.
So that's just one of many different applications for it. There's other ones that print with different types of plastics and different types of metals, and so we're really bullish on that as an application that can get beamed down from space to anywhere that people want to participate.
I was going to kind of make a joke that one day they'll be making our food like that, but just recently I had met someone that, and they may even be watching, so forgive me if I say this wrong, but synthetic meat, they're making that.
Oh yeah. You could make Spam with a 3D printer, I suppose.
Spam's already synthetic. No, it's I got some in the yeah.
I believe there is a 3D printed pizza that's been made
that you could eat or just to look at.
No, I think you can eat it.
No way.
I think I saw that somewhere.
Must just be like dough maybe or something. It's not like throwing out mushrooms and pepperoni. You got to have it loaded or it's not a pizza.
Yeah, I don't know what all was on it.
These people claim some of these pizzas are pizzas. No, they're not. I don't know what they are. It's like a salad on bread or something. It's not a pizza. It's got to have pepperoni. It's got to have onions. It's got to have peppers. It's got to have olives. It's got to have sausage on it.
Yep, and pineapple.
No, you are not one of those people, are you?
Yeah, I got to have
You're
pineapple.
one of those. I knew it. Well, you just get you a pina colada and move on.
Well, I could 3D print a pina colada too. I've seen robotic bartenders out there.
There you go. You'll go into a bar at one point in the future. You'll be out by the beach, and there's this bar, and there's a whole bunch of printers, and you got to pick the right printer to go to who makes the best pina colada, because they're all a little different, right? Just like picking the right bartender, right? Let's see here. Any website for Ubiquitous?
I think biquitous.io is where you can find out about it.
Always safe with that. What will... okay, I won't read that one. 3D concrete, well, I want to do Proto Home, okay. I'll do the bridge, okay. They're just making jokes in there. I shouldn't read all those out there. I get stuck in it. So Pat Conelectric had made sure he had said that you are no background Stan. But you know what? Last time, what happened? You know, he had this like flower thing, right? A bouquet. Like,
I took it down off the wall just for you, Connie, because you didn't want it to look like a funeral parlor.
I kept saying, you know, it was we're all so happy that he's not at a. We didn't have to see him at a funeral, and then but he had that thing look like a funeral. So, I'm trying to get him to get a green screen. He's got his stuff in the downstairs. Normally, his office is in the upstairs. So, I guess that's part of your goal is to get back upstairs again. So that's why you got to really work out that leg, so you get back up to your office.
Yeah, I can get up there, but I can't get back down very easily.
Well, you just get you some cardboard, sit on it, and slide on down.
Well, maybe I'll try that.
Come on, you Southern boy. Where were you born? I mean, I guess you just live in the South now.
Well, I'm a Pennsylvania,
That's why.
Pittsburgh Steeler area type
That's
person.
why. Don't know about the old cardboard thing. That's why. Now I get it. Well, you know, when I had moved from Kentucky, well, Florida, anyway, got up to Pennsylvania, people said, "Oh, you're originally from Kentucky. Well, you know what we call this place, don't you? Pennsyltucky."
Pennsyltucky.
And I know why. It looks just like Kentucky. The trees, the terrain, the weather, all just like Kentucky. Yeah.
Yep, and it looks an awful lot like Germany, too.
Really?
Yep, Germany reminded me an awful lot of home.
Wow. Well, you're in Virginia or West Virginia?
I'm in Virginia right now.
That's very Kentucky-like, too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see if there's anything else in here. All right, so Ruon, Autonio, Biquitous, and I think you talked about the Sovereign Sky, or do you need to tell more? Please do.
Well,
we love that.
Yeah, the Sovereign Sky is a company that is putting the BEOS system in space. So Sovereign Sky will do other things to put a constellation of satellites up there eventually that will beam internet access to the world, and in the process also host the BEOS blockchain, which will move incrementally into space as we get more nodes up there.
Please tell me they're not going to do something stupid like put a car up in space or anything.
Well, we don't have any plans to do that, but
Good. What a waste.
there are some other interesting things that we will be putting up there that I'll talk about at another time.
Oh, man. Well, I hope it's not wasting something wonderful that could be used down here that's just going to float in space. Please tell me it's going to be usable. But everything up in space is already there, all set to go.
Well, we have the first node that we put up there December 3rd, or was it January 3rd? I've lost track. But anyhow, we've got the first satellite in orbit. We're now in the process of working with the satellite manufacturer to basically put our software onto a lab model of that satellite. And once that's demonstrated, then we get to put it on orbit, which will probably happen in June or July.
Oh, man. Okay, it's coming up. All right. And what about, if I remember correctly, I think it was before we all went to Moab. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. I think it was before Moab. You were like way far away, and you were with, I think, Once Upon a Time, and you did a documentary. Do you remember shooting a documentary?
I remember doing a Sunday school lesson from Corinth. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about.
You were doing a documentary with your guys, and I think one of them was Once Upon a Time, your buddy, and you all were doing some sort of documentary. You sent the pictures, and I was just wondering how that was going.
Oh, a documentary over in
Scotland or something?
Yeah, in Ireland, in the Kingdom of Breffni, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 that's it.
I'll have to, now that you mentioned that, I'd forgotten all about that since I've died and come back to life since then. But I'll have to find out where that documentary is. But yeah, we shot lots of film over there.
They made $1 billion off it. They just didn't want you to know anymore. They didn't. Hey, he'll forget. Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing that, and I don't know how they're going to show it or anything, but hopefully they'll do something here as well. We can put it on your little platform here show it to the world too, or at least pieces of it, depending on what they want to do with it. That'd be great. Was that about Quintric, or was that about Sovereign Sky when you were doing it? Do you remember?
No, it was all about Quintric and what it meant for that particular community, which is now using some of our other Quintric products, including the gold notes that are, actual gold-backed currency that they're using over there as well. So I think that it was a lot about the history of that kingdom, and when it got to modern day, they talked about how they were going to have their own currency based on Quintric products.
Man, so that was. Did you say Ireland?
Yep, up in the middle of Ireland.
Who are the big golfers? Are those the Irish or the Scottish? Where did it start?
Boy, I don't know.
Golf.
I've seen both of them heavily into golf for sure.
Because they like to wear those knickers over there. Those golf knickers. Blech. We had to wear those as a kid. It was like, no, I don't want to wear those. All right, let's see if you got any more questions. So everybody's saying we need more BitShares knowledge. Humanity needs BitShares. All right.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, if you don't have anything else, I'll let you go to your nap so you can feel good.
Okay, I think that's a good idea, and we'll see you all next time.
All right, everybody. Stan the Man Larimer, a blue rocker in the crypto world. He died, came back, and he's still a blue rocker. And now he's got even better insight. Thanks a lot, Stan. We will see you next on Stan's Bible Lecture.
Okay.
All right.
Take care.
Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern. That is Stan the Man Larimer. Woohoo! Crypto Connie here on a Tuesday night. Tomorrow night, first time ever, we're going to be doing Swellness Wednesday. I feel swell. And we're going to talk about some alternative health for you. Essential Health is going to be with us, and she is going to talk about hormonal balance and weight loss and all this really cool stuff for male and female. If you've been seeing those ads where that older guy, he acts all old, and then like a pretty girl goes by and then he shows his abs. Remember that? I know you've seen it. It's been on a bazillion times. It's basically that. The thing is, a lot of us women had seen that and said, well, how come he can do that? What about us? Well, there's just not, I guess women investigate better or something because they just go investigate. They don't need advertising. They go and find it out themselves that way. So anyway, that's what we're going to be talking about for male and female. So that'll be tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern. Thursday, we are going to have Lori Williams on for our Far Out Thursday. She's going to talk about Earth ships. Oh, I wanted to ask Stan about that. Oh, well. Earth ships. That's something that you live in, and she lives in one, and she's been living in it for a while, so we're going to hear about that. She's going to send us pictures too. But Earth ships, yep, I think you're going to find that cool as well, alternative living. And then Friday, no Bigfoot Friday. The link is below for my latest documentary. I think you're going to like it. You got to check it out, even if you don't think you're a Bigfooter, because in less than 7 hours, we saw more structures and glyphs and even 3 sets of Bigfoot, huge Bigfoot prints in the snow. You'll see them too, so if you go and check it out, you'll see all that stuff. And you guys, that's a big deal. That is definitely a big deal because it's rare to find that, and in 7 hours. Now, I went with Sasquatch Journey. Sasquatch Journey is a couple, and this is their hotspot, so they took me there. But so they knew where these things were, so they could take me. But they go to them often, and we found some new things while we were out. But all in less than 7 hours or so. I'm seeing on this walk more than people ever see in 2 decades of Bigfooting. So it's very impressive, and I think you'll like it too. Even if you're not a Bigfooter, I think you'll enjoy it. So I hope you do check it out, and I thank you for subscribing and being a Blue Rocker. All kinds of good stuff coming your way, and I'll be on Coast to Coast Friday night. That's why we won't have a Bigfoot Friday. I'll be on Coast to Coast. Those of you that know anything about the famous Rendlesham incident, the big UFO, the UK's Roswell. It's an amazing story. And the one guy that got up close and personal, Jim Penniston, He's the one I'm going to interview on Coast on Friday night. Jim is going to be, he's got a new book coming out. He's been writing it for, oh my gosh, he's going to kill me, a year and a half or 3 years or something like that. 5,000 years. No, it's impressive, so it's probably more like 3 years. He's been writing it, and he's got a co-author with it too. They have really been working their hardest to make sure everything is right, exact, so you will know it. And so he's going to be telling things he's never told before. So I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate that he wanted to let me get that story. I think that is so cool, because if you don't know anything about the Rendlesham incident, it's I mean, if you don't want to believe in lights in the sky and some that come down closer, well, this, happened on these military bases. So, these are legit observers, and just check it out, because it's very interesting. It was a series of events. It wasn't just a light came down and then it went back up. It's a series of events. It's been controversial ever since, and it'll be great to hear Jim telling us on Friday night on Coast to Coast. All righty, so that's it. Hey, thank you guys in the live chat. Income Mobile. He's always hilarious. Always got good jokes in there to talk about. See, that's what I say. I want to feel swell. So thank everybody for showing up. Please share this with other people, and become a Blue Rocker with everybody else, those of you that are new here. Thanks for subscribing. And we'll be back more tomorrow night, Swellness Wednesday, our first night. We're going to hear about alternative medicines with Essential Health. All right, everybody. Take care. Have a safe and happy rest of the day. More coming here on Blue Rock Talk, and I'm excited because we got some great things happening, and more to come that's going to even surprise you even more. Bye for now, everybody.